Good afternoon, wherever you may be. Raza here. My very first motovlog, going terribly so far. It's, I don't know, about 7 o'clock. It's Wednesday, and I am going to the second Moto Social event in Los Angeles. I went to the first one, I wasn't motovlogging there, but we had quite the turnout. It was probably about 120 bikes, over 200 people, some tier Class A celebrities. Mr. Ari Henning and Zach Kortz were there. I didn't have the pleasure of introducing myself because, well, they're celebrities and I'm shy as fuck. So what are you gonna do? But anyways, we're hoping to see them again. 2 weeks ago, or last month rather, it was at Bluey's Cafe in Santa Monica, something like that. And tonight we are going to, I have no idea, honestly. Can't remember what it's called. Something with high in the name. No, it's not a CBD dispensary. Apparently it's a coffee shop, perhaps CBD infused coffee, I guess. It remains to be seen. And they also don't have a parking lot. So that ought to be fun. The Dodgers are playing right now. Well, they were, at least when I left. They were not doing well. I forgot to put the game on in my helmet, so you people get to listen to me instead of me listening to the game. I'm not sure what kind of trade-off that is or not. Let me know in the comments, I suppose. Anyways, this is lovely Los Angeles, California. The sun is setting over there. There's some clouds in the sky. I am on the 710 freeway in all of its glory. And I am riding today my 2005 V-Strom 650 from Suzuki. Gang gang, by the way. You'll hear that a lot. You may see it in the comments. Don't worry, just accept it. V-Strom 650, I got it in 2016 for a whopping $2,800 from a man who took pretty good care of it, I would say, overall. It's got, well, now I bought it with about 45,000 miles, I think, on it. She's up to about 68,000 miles now, and I just had a big service done. Some stuff needed to be fixed. That was my bad. Always replace the drain plug washer, guys and gals, when you're changing your oil. I hadn't put a new drain plug washer on probably ever, so she was leaking oil pretty bad. Got the valves adjusted, new gaskets, miscellaneous connectors. As you can see, this one is a different shape than this one. As far as I'm aware, I think this one is the OEM one, and that one is, oh, you know, an extra one that the dealer, or that the shop rather, put on for me. I got my, I think I said that, valves. She needed a new front cam chain tensioner. I also got, for a pretty slick deal, I might add, some new front suspension springs from a strange man on the internet. But they feel, this is the second time I've ridden it. First time I've actually been out on the freeway. Obviously the first time I rode it was home from the shop, which isn't very far. So what I want to see is, excuse me, how good are they? Oh, it's just planted on the front end, by the way. Like, oh, these springs are so much better. If I took my hands off the handlebars before, which I don't recommend you do as I say, not as I do, it would have a little bit of wobble. With these new springs, there is nothing. Look how straight and true this thing just goes, man. So I mean, just let me just lock that in real quick, and Look at that. Look at how straight she goes. Oh boy, it feels excellent on the front end. Those new springs, apparently, according to June, they are about 65% stiffer than the OEM springs, and by golly, I tell you what, I can feel the difference already. They feel great. Anyways, got all that done. It was about $1,000, but the guys over here at Cycle Parts, probably can't see that pretty good. Cycle Parts, Atlantic Avenue in East LA. I've been taking this bike to them since I got it, pretty much. They've done a fantastic job. Despite when I messed things up, one time I took it in and I forgot to put the gas line back on correctly, so they fired it up and all the gas flew out of the tank, and they called me and they weren't super happy about it, but in typical Zaraza fashion, I apologize profusely for causing somebody else some issue, and everything was good, and they are happy to take my money. So, and I'm happy to give it to them, honestly. They do a great job. They work on all kinds of bikes. I also have a Triumph America 2003 that I got from my dad earlier this year, or late last year, fuck, I don't remember. That's a great bike too. That one's a little older. It's got carburetors on it. You know, you can't win them all. That's a great bike though. Cruiser, sounds loud as hell. Taking that bike there. I used to ride a Suzuki GSXR 600, aka the Squid Missile. I took that bike through some service there as well. They do parts, they got helmets and gear and all that kind of stuff. Great little shop. Happy to give them my money because I just don't have enough room to work on my bike. Besides that, we got downtown LA over here on the right hand side, and all of its rather lackluster glory, I suppose. LA is not much of a tall town. I'm sure everybody knows we get earthquakes from time to time, so instead of building up, which they did enough, they built out. And hence, if you've never been to Los Angeles, well, I guess simultaneously you're not missing much, and maybe it's worth a visit or two. Lots of cool stuff in LA, lots of cool stuff outside LA to see as well. What are you gonna do? I've been stuck here for a while. However, if you do scroll down on some of my earlier videos I uploaded before I started vlogging, aka fucking today, you'll see I've got some videos up there from doing some dirt roads and a little bit of off-road with my cousin up in Montana. Go check those out. Those are just time-lapse videos, or I guess, I don't know if it's called a time-lapse if you just speed up the video. I speed up the video, put some music behind it, a little bit different than this, but go check those out too. We're getting close to getting there. Anyways, V-Strom 650. You might ask yourself, or ask me even, does that have enough power to take you where you need to go? Well, obviously, I'm doing okay so far, aren't I? But I'll also say that I just, in May and June, my dad rides a Triumph Rocket 3, the most powerful production motorcycle, biggest displacement anyways, and that thing's just a beast. You can see that in some of my videos as well if you go back. This bike just took me, we rode about 3,500 miles up through California, Nevada, Idaho, Utah, Montana, and back down through Yellowstone National Park, all the way down through pretty much the entire state of Utah, Zion National Park, and home. And like I say, that was about 3,500 miles. And this little bike, despite being in questionable mechanical quality at that time. I hadn't gotten the valves done. It didn't have a drain plug washer on the drain plug. So despite all that, you know, she has a little bit of a hard time going into the wind on the interstate where the speed limit is 80 miles an hour, which we don't have that problem here in California. Fastest speed limit you're going to find 70. And this thing does great. It does okay in the twisties. It does a pretty darn good off-road, if I do say so myself. I have yet to take it on some real crazy stuff, but you know, sand, dirt, some rocks, some real bumpy stuff. She does okay. She doesn't weigh a whole lot, which helps. Well, a whole lot, I suppose, is relative, but you know, the GS will weigh a little bit less, and even some of the newer competition, you know, the KTM 690, of course, weighs a lot less. The 70, I think the 790 weighs less. But for a bike that I got for $2,800 5 years ago, I haven't put that many miles on it in those 5 years, 20,000 or so, 22,000. This is my forever bike for sure, I'll never sell this bike. I think I'll always have another bike, you know, that as they say, N+1. Always gonna want another bike. I don't think I would ever sell this bike. Even if I got a V-Strom 1000, I'd probably just keep this one, because this bike, it's not just that it's a good piece of engineering, honestly, but it's also a good piece of fun. And I've got some good memories from it. Oops, excuse me. And it's taken me some cool places. It's taken me back and forth to work. It's brought me down from Montana twice. Took me up there once. Up and around, at least. And where else have we gone? Gone to Big Bear, Arrowhead. Took this bike to Flagstaff one time. That was a good ride. No filming on that one. I don't remember filming on that one. It was a long time ago. I think maybe even before I had a GoPro. I don't know. It all blurs together after a while. But anyways, it's a good bike. I would say that the V-Strom, if you're tall enough for it, I don't have any stats or numbers on it, sorry. I don't know how high the seat is or what the suspension travel is, and I just got the new springs in there, so front suspension travel numbers wouldn't really do you any good anyways. But it's an excellent bike. I really enjoy it. And I mean, if you're tall enough and you're interested in the ADV, come on, the ADV bike style and riding position, I mean, as you can see, this bike has some aftermarket on it. These bar risers, these handlebars are not stock equipment. They are aftermarket, put on by the gentleman who owned the bike before me. But I don't think this stuff is too terribly expensive. And I mean, I'm a pretty tall guy. I'm 6'1", about 200. And I mean, like I say, I rode this bike, you know, 400 miles a day, 5-6 days in a row. I've got the OEM stock seat on it right now. I am saving up my nickels and dimes for a Sargent seat recommended to me by the same odd man from the internet who sold me these springs. He just got one. He's got a V-Strom 1000, and he just got a Sargent seat and said it is excellent. We'll get there. I don't know. Okay, I've never been to this place before. We're gonna see what the hell is going on here. I didn't see any notices on Instagram or anything that it had been canceled. Speaking of Motosocial, I'll link to their Instagram if I didn't say that already. But let's check out W and T and F is going on right here. Here we are. How about that? Well, here we are. Look at that. Lots of shit going on here. Let's check it out. See what's going on. Catch up with you guys on the way home. Woo! What a night at the Motosocial of Los Angeles. Lots of cool bikes out. Forgot my GoPro in the top box when I got off, so I didn't record anything. That's a rookie mistake that I will probably make again and again and again. So you'll just have to forgive me. Anyways, going back home. It's that time of the night. Met a few other guys from the Dan and the Fireman Discord out here tonight. Big shout out. Zero Fun, Dodge Blue, X2. Chill hanging as always. No sight of the Revzilla guys this time. That's okay. Maybe next time, Zach and Ari. Maybe next time. Shade Tree Surgeon says, ramming speed! Woohoo! Alright, anyways. Don't want to run into this U-Haul truck. Lots of cool bikes, a couple of old cool looking BMWs, some Moto Guzzi's were out there, a couple of Victory motorcycles I think I saw. Most everything we saw was loud. I don't know, the VV Strom really has nothing to say about that. So I have the stock exhaust on. But I've heard the Two Brothers sounds good, so maybe one day. Anyways, lots of cool bikes out. I think I said it earlier in the video. I'll have the Moto Social Instagram page linked in the description. They are, if you're in Southern California, they do an event every month in both Los Angeles and Orange County. And I believe they do one in San Francisco as well. You'll have to do what we do, follow the Instagram page. I think they started in Canada. They got a lot of spots in Canada. They've got some over in Europe as well, so that's cool. There are some other spots in the States. Lots going on. I think today is the second Wednesday of the LA Moto Socials, the second Wednesday of every month. I think they do them from April till October, so we'll have one more LA one this year. And for the OC one, it is the last Wednesday of every month. So the DDFM crew did not show out for the OC one for August. Nobody could make it. Personally, I was in the hospital with my wife, who was having our firstborn baby. So obviously I had better things to do, but I was able to sneak out of the house for today's Moto Social in LA, and I am definitely planning on being at the Moto Social in Orange County. The location, I believe, is still TBA at this point. But last month it was at Moon Goat Coffee in Costa Mesa. I've been to the place. It was pretty cool. I think what they try and do, it sounds like, we were able to chat with one of the LA organizers at the previous event. What they're trying to do is find kind of more local spots to have these at. You know, they don't want to just have them at a Starbucks or anything like that. So they try and find cool local spots. It sounds like they work with the locations, let them know, ask ahead of time, you know, can we have this event, all that kind of stuff. So it was pretty cool. I still can't remember what the hell the name of the place we were just at was. Highly something. But I'll probably put it on the screen, so if you want to go check it out, you can. They had food. They had food. Looks like they had some beverages. They had coffee, tea, some kombucha stuff, water, obviously different flavored waters. It looked like sparkling waters. They had some. Looks like some hard ciders. Looks like they had some kind of mead in a can as well. Pretty good selection, and a load of wine all over the wall. It was a pretty cool spot. Indoor, outdoor seating. I will put some info in the description, because my brain is that of a goldfish and I can't remember anything ever. So yeah, go check them out. Nice little spot right off Jefferson, North Crenshaw. I'll probably go ahead and link the spot from last month as well, and I'll probably link Moon Goat because why not? Want to try and support as many local businesses as possible. Gosh, you guys, these front suspension springs are so nice. Riding out there, riding back, they feel great. So much smoother. I mean, they're brand freaking new. They're a little bit stiffer, but you know what? I don't really notice the extra stiffness so much. Just on the freeway, it eats it up real good. Honestly, probably have my preload dialed out pretty good. I didn't even check when I picked up the bike, but they feel awesome. Any kind of turning, the front end just sticks to the ground a lot better. And I don't have great street tires on. These are, I'm running the Shinko E705s. Like, they are not the best street tires at all. They're advertised as 50-50 tires, off-road, on-road, but I think they're more like 60-40 street. They just, I mean, they're not super knobby, but you know what, they do great on like a fire road or something like that. I mean, even I was talking about earlier, the video where I went off-road with my cousin in Montana. I had these same kind of tires on, and we a lot of what we did was just kind of dirt roads, but it was getting busted. That sounds about right. It's mostly dirt roads there, but we did some more rocky stuff, and they held up okay. They held up longer than I did. You know, eventually I need more practice off-road, basically, is what I'm saying. But the tires did fine. Are they the best off-road tires? Hell no. But if you do mainly off-road and you want to be able to just hit the dirt a little bit, then you can't go wrong with these. The price point on them is great. Like, they're one of the cheaper 50-50 tires, and they're just excellent in my opinion. Okay, let's jump a speed bump, shall we? We got a little bit of air. It wasn't great, but let's not press our luck here. Probably might be able to even hear all my stuff bumping around in the top box, but anyways, y'all, just about home. I think this is about where I'm gonna leave you off for my very first moto vlog. Obviously I have a long way to go. No idea what I'm doing. I literally just bought all this stuff and put it into my helmet yesterday. So this is just a fun experiment. We'll see if we can do anything interesting with it. By the way, any music you heard in here is also going to be linked down below. The Tragic Radicals from Fullerton. It's my band. I'm in it. Full disclosure. But if you like the music, check out the website. Find us on Spotify, etc. Blah blah blah. And until next time, I've been Zaraza, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.